when Cross first got announced and I saw the cast list. I'm going through the cast and I'm going, oh my God, that's my Cinderella because I'm from Halifax and you were at the Neptune Theater and you were my Cinderella a few Christmases ago. And my whole family went and we all left saying, she is the most magical person on stage. So I'm so excited to meet you and have a chat with you.
God, that's hilarious.
And I was trying to find like my little, I don't know, playbill like program from the show and I couldn't find it, but I know you from Neptune. Like we go way back.
Wait, are you from Halifax?
Yes, I'm from Halifax.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so amazing.
I felt like I knew you a little bit watching Cross because I'd seen you on stage.
Oh my gosh.
And I was so excited to see you take on this role because you give such a grounded energy in this show that's very like, there's so much going on and Cross has got so much going on and you just come in and like ground those scenes time and time again. You come in for him and just give him some energy, and it was so powerful to watch you take this character on and give her dimension.
Thank you.
Can you talk to me about building the energy and like really grounding yourself in this character in the world of Mr. Cross and all of his adventures and the energy that he's bringing and kind of being the counter to that?
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, I'm so shocked. So great. No, so what was interesting was I really created the world and like memories for Elle. So like we have memories of, the playground, when I was bullied on the playground, how he stuck up for me and I didn't know who he was because he was older than me and like just different things and the memories all through like sophomore and then falling out of touch and then coming back into each other's periphery. So this ebb and flow and the baseline in which we could always return to was very important for me so that there was complexity and richness to our interactions. It was a familiar space. I wanted it to feel like the energy was always safe for him to be whatever he was. But as Elle is just formidable force. And she just takes the space she needs to take and then gives the rest. So
that's so powerful. And it was so powerful to see that like you weren't just a love interest for Alex Cross. You're like a force and you're like
Thank
this
God.
business woman who's like on a mission and has her own voice and her own stories and her own community. And it's so rare to see women depicted like that in television.
In Hollywood,
mm-hmm. Period. And we're going to get season 2 of like Elle running the show and being this like formidable woman on a mission. I'm so excited to see whatever season 2 has in store. But what was it like walking away from season 1 and looking back on your journey with this character and seeing how full you were able to make her?
I was really proud. So we do something called ADR, right? And so we go back in, and if there was sound issues, we have to read, which means we get a spoiler because we get to see before the world sees what it looks like. And I remember my first ADR session, I went in and immediately started crying. And I was like, can you just give me a second, please? I was like, verklempt. I was just like overwhelmed by the way I looked, the way it was shot, it's cinematically breathtaking. And as a Black woman, I've been in productions where you're barely lit, where you're not seen. They don't know how to light your skin tone. You're too melanated. And to see something that was delicious to look at, it picked up my reds and my yellow tones. Like, I mean, Aldis too, I mean, just being these beautiful bodies, in these beautiful bodies, and it's being captured properly. I was overwhelmed. And then, to watch and listen to what we did and the stories we are telling, when you're in it, you're really in it. And to see it outside, I didn't have words, and I was very proud of myself, actually. It's been like the highlight of my career, really.
Oh, that's so beautiful. And it's so, I know I'm going to get emotional. It's so important to like look back on things and be able to feel proud of yourself. And I don't know about you, but sometimes like looking back on things and just thinking about moments or I could have done this or I could have done that, but being able to find that sense of pride is so important, not just for you, but for everyone who's watching you and watching this character go on this journey. So kudos to you, girl.
Thank you. No, I really actually had this realization only couple weeks ago. I was sitting in my car and I just got overwhelmed with like gratitude. And I was like, where's this coming from? Like, I was just having a moment, and, I just came from hot yoga, whatever. But I had this moment in the car, and it was just like hit me like a ton of bricks. And I realized that up until that point, I had never experienced true pride in myself and who I'd become and what I had done with my work and my artistry. And I, all at one time, I could feel all of it. And I just couldn't help but speak on it, because I feel like we do and move too much in our society, where we can't take stock of what we are doing in this moment and what's happening to us, because it could be miracles happening right there, but because we're moving like 100 miles an hour, we're missing out on these beautiful moments of growth and expansion and all of the things that, we talk about doing, and then why are we missing them when they're supposed to be preparing us for that next moment, And so I had this moment in my car, and I was like, and I'm not a really good social media person. Like, I'm faking it right now because of this show, but I'm really not a good social media person. But I was like, people need to know this, especially as women. Like, we're so hard on ourselves. And I was just like, let me just share this. I was crying, and I was ugly, and I was sweaty, and it was gross. But I was like, no, I'm going to share this. Like, we need to be proud of ourselves and moments, and share them with each other, and be like, I'm celebrating. I'm celebrating, and it's a small feat, but I'm celebrating it anyway.
I don't even think it's a small feat. I think it's a feat.
It's a feat,
and
period.
Seeing you be so real about it is so powerful. It's so powerful to see you in this moment, like just owning it, and like all the Canadian girly pops that are gonna watch the show and be like, "That's one of ours." Like, look at her go. Like, not to mention you look so good in this show, like hair, makeup, wardrobe.
They killed it.
Your character is like fashionable. Give her like an Elle Canada cover. She's like ready. Yeah, let's make it happen.
Did you want to say that again?
Elle Canada cover. Let's book it. So good.
I love you manifesting that for me.
Is there like a specific hair, outfit, makeup moment from the show that you're like, I wish I could just pop that on every day?
Okay, so the hair, you can't really see it until further into the episode, but the dinner party scene where it all kind of goes in a different direction. There was these cute, Natalie Nelson, these cute little just curls, and it was just like finger waved, and it was just so cute. And it was the first time that I realized that because I cut off all my hair. First of all, I'm a Halle Berry fan, so I cut off all my hair because I always wanted to do a Halle Berry, but I did it because in my culture, they say your beauty is your hair, and your beauty's inside that. Like, that's where, and I was like, no. I shine from here. It has nothing to do with my hair. So I cut off all my hair, and then that was the moment where I was like, oh, short hair can be anything you want it to be. It can be just as fun as long. And she really freed me from this, I guess the box I had put this in, that it can only look this way. And I just felt so free. I wish I could just like tap a button and it just magically poof appears.
I loved seeing the evolution of your character through her looks and her style, and like how she took the moments and visibly was so herself and so unapologetic, and showing up to the dinner party and just being totally her and not masking or hiding behind anything, and just so unapologetic. That was the word that I kept coming into my mind watching you. It was such an unapologetic, like fearless performance from you in a show that's like very fearful. Like, I was on the edge of my seat, like, God damn, there's a lot happening in this show. I was nervous for my girl. Was there like a moment filming for you that you're like, that moment felt so real to me, whether it was something maybe on the scarier side or something more on like the heartfelt side? Is there a moment that just felt so, oh, this is real to me? This is
it. Ramsey's birthday party, I think, there's that moment, and I literally still get chills when I think about it, and it's just the two of us talking. But in that moment, there's this energy. It's so kinetic. And Ryan Eggle just has that ability to pull and push energy in the directions he wants, and that just really speaks to his talent. I mean, he's been here a minute. I mean, he knows what to do in every moment. And it's very calculated and smooth. And I just remember as an artist, as Samantha, having this out of body experience of playing through that scene and just trying to find a way through. And it felt very difficult. And I was like, ooh, this is challenging. And if it's tough for me, then it's tough for Elle. It needs to be tough. So let it be tough. Let it be hard. Let it be confusing. Let it be complex. And so it gave me goosebumps. It gave me goosebumps.
Yeah. And you can feel it when you watch it. Okay, I won't spoil it. You have to watch that episode and come back to the comments and then chat with us about that moment. One more party I want to ask you about before I let you go. The karaoke party. It looked like so much fun.
Oh my God, and that whole dance sequence between Jenny and I.
Yes!
Yeah, Jenny and Elle came up with that like 2 seconds before we started shooting. I was like, I went to her and I was like, let's do something fun. And she was like, yeah, let's do that. And so she did all the choreo because she's a TikTok queen.
Oh, amazing.
So she taught me because
so
I'm not a TikTok social media. Remember, I don't do that. And so she was just like on it. Yeah.
I want to see more karaoke in season 2. If you're taking requests, I want more singing. Let's like get into it. I really enjoyed myself for those like 2 minutes. Y'all were having fun. I was like, give them a break from the chaos.
Yeah, but you know that I can sing. Other people are gonna see this and they're gonna be like, oh, she just can sing on pitch. But like you were like, oh, wait, where's the? Because you know
vocals. I want to hear it. Musical episode for season 2, just full like parody musical.
I'll make sure to pass that on to Ben Watkins. Yes.
I'm sure he'll take that and be like, that's a great idea. Thank you so much for all the time.
God.
I know you're so busy. I think people are going to be so moved by you and your power and your fearlessness in this show. That's just so, there's so much to love about the show, and you give something that's so warm to love about it. So thank you for your
that.
Performance.
You're amazing. Thank you, Liz. Thank you.
Can I give you a hug?
Absolutely.
I was so excited to chat with you about
I can't believe you were holding that in the whole time.
I was like, I got to wait for the camera to turn on.